Some early scrutiny in this race for your past lobbying on behalf of Purdue Pharma, makers of OxyContin. Given what's unfolded over the last 20 years since you were doing that work, do you regret at all that advocacy?
You know, Adam, that work was more than 20 years ago when we did not know the extent of the fraud and the lies that Purdue Pharma was perpetuating on our medical community and the harm that they would cause to so many. This opioid crisis has affected so many families, including my own extended family. And, you know, this is not an issue about what happened 20 years ago. This is what our concern is what is the crisis that we're facing right now and who is best equipped to handle that. For more than 20 years, both as a healthcare, when I was in healthcare and as executive counselor, I have worked to expand access to substance use disorder treatment, to mental health treatment. I have served on the boards of multiple mental health centers and substance use disorder treatment centers. I know how to tackle this problem, and I'm ready to do that as governor.
But do you regret the advocacy, though?
Well, certainly. If we knew then what we knew then, if I'd known then what I learned later about the extent of the lies and the fraud, of course, I would have done things differently.
And some make the argument, I mean, there were people who were sounding the alarm that early. I mean, essentially OxyContin was being abused in many different places. Were there some red flags for you even at the time? Did you question what you were being told?
The extent of the fraud really wasn't known to me or to others at that time. I think that if it had been, we wouldn't have had the opioid crisis many years later that occurred as a result of that. Again, we didn't know that at 20 years ago. I think the real question is, who is the person that's equipped to handle this problem now?
Right alongside the opioid crisis in New Hampshire, we've also had a child protection crisis, arguably. The state has failed far too many kids, whether subjecting them to torture and abuse at YDC